Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope everyone's had a fantastic, whatever it is today, Thursday. Hope everyone's had a fantastic Thursday. Everyone's feeling great. Everyone's feeling fantastically well. And all the stuff, of course, hopefully everyone's feeling decently. Let's just put it that way. Everyone's feeling good, that nobody has any problems. And let's be real, people. Let's be real, people. Arsenal is a gift that keeps on giving, to say the least, because more news about Arsenal. Josh Kroenke has talked about, allegedly, has set an ultimatum to Mikel Arteta. Besiktas, their transfer window is open till September 11th or 12th, even till next Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So they apparently have submitted a bid for Trossard and some other bits and bobs here or there, but ultimately as well, of course, yeah. Today, it's my birthday stream vibes, chill and relax, and hopefully no stress, no pain, nothing. So yeah, people, like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new, and let me know your thoughts in the live chat regarding Arsenal, regarding everything that is surrounding Arsenal currently, because yeah, it's kind of interesting what's happening at Arsenal. Very, 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 very interesting, to say the least. But yeah, the first thing we will kick things off in a second is going to be something very, very interesting, because I'm not sure whether I believe this or not, but we're going to look into it. Big up, Mubarak. Big up. Bro, just ultimatum. I agree with George. Time serious business in terms of investment. Yeah, exactly. No excuses. No, nothing. Big up, Dre. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Big up, Gary. Hope you're doing well. Go subscribe to Gary as well, people. Go show him some love. Big up. Thank you so much. Big up, Sean. Thank you. Sorry that this club couldn't deliver a positive result for you. Big up, everyone in the chat. Well, it's Arsenal. That's what I expect from Arsenal. Let's be real. In recent times, you cannot expect much. Let's just put it that way. But ultimately, yeah. Today has been awful, to be honest, overall. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see how everything goes. I'm kind of happy that this day is over with. Let's just put it that way, because if you could have a worse birthday, it probably, I don't know what should happen to have an even worse birthday than I have had today, to be honest. Big up, Godfrey. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. More life and success. Well, hopefully one day. Literally, hopefully one day. Big up, Andrew. Yeah, thank you. You did it correctly. You did it correctly. Well, Josh is demanding stuff from Arteta, apparently, so we're going to get into that in a second. Big up, Ryan, and thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Gave Trossard a raise, and now there are Turkey rumors. What's the logic? I don't even want to know. Like, it is what it is. What it is. And big up, PFC, always. Hope you're doing well today, my bro, and thank you for your support. Thank you for birthday wishes and everything. Hope you're doing well today, too. First things first. Josh Kroenke. It looks like he has grown a pair. Josh Kroenke has said, arguably, allegedly, an ultimatum to Mikel Arteta. Josh Kroenke has held a meeting with Mikel discussing what he expects this season, and he has given Arteta everything he has asked for and expects to have a successful season. Trophies must be won, which on paper sounds really good. I'm not gonna lie, Trophies are a must, and that the fact that we are 6 years without a trophy is actually kind of embarrassing and pathetic, to say the least. It's actually embarrassing, to say the least. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. But overall, it's very nice to see. That finally there might be some accountability at the club. The good news is I also expect Andrea Berta already have about 3-4 managers lined up after Mikel Arteta, which is also very nice, to be honest. But yeah, you don't see this happening too often. Mikel Arteta as well in interviews. He still waffles. He says dumb shit, let's be real. At the same time, to be honest, he doesn't sound that nuts as he used to. He doesn't say the same things. He has changed his, let's just say, verbiage for the sake of an argument, and he talks more definitively, and he speaks more with purpose at times. So that is also something we haven't seen from Mikel Arteta. Big up, Wahaha. Big up, thank you. And it's actually kind of nuts, to be honest. It's actually kind of nuts because The place where I work, it's actually very nice. It is actually very, very, very nice, and I absolutely loved it. But apparently, there are some financial issues regarding the company, and they are laying off. I don't know how much, but it looks like about 30-40% of the staff, right? And despite the fact that I've been working there almost 2.5 years, I am subject to those instances. And it pretty much affects everyone, because even if you look at it that way, it's actually kind of nuts, to say the least. But I'm not gonna lie, to receive news that you are fired on your birthday, that is actually kind of insane. That is actually kind of insane. And like, that's the thing. When I got told that, and when I was talking to my what's his face, to my boss about it, not the boss of the boss, but my boss specifically, right? Didn't say much, to be honest. It is what it is. I took that very, very well. Obviously, it's not a very nice thing, but it is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. Because, to be honest, my boss as well is subject to the same thing. If things get worse, my boss is going to go next, no matter how you look at it. But yeah, that is the nuts part. Being fired on your birthday, that is something I didn't have on my checklist whatsoever in my lifetime to achieve. Let's just put it that way. But somehow, I got fired on my birthday. Tomorrow is the last day, and afterwards, God knows what's going to happen. We took the fraud so long, should have said this. Yeah, to be honest, true. Josh should have said stuff like this, if this is true, by the way. 2 years ago, after the first season we challenged, he should have tell this already. And let's be real, people, as well. I don't know how you feel about this, but for me personally, as much as I love FA Cup and I would love to win a trophy, FA Cup is not enough. Even Carabao Cup is not enough. And I would also say that Cup double of FA Cup and Carabao Cup is not enough. If you look at the whole overall picture, and if you look about the money that has been spent, it can be only about the majors. It only can be Premier League or Champions League. It cannot be about only the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. So for me personally, I'm at a point where the Cup double of FA Cup and Carabao Cup still is not enough. Let's just put it that way. Big up Cooper. Big up Pooper. Hope you're doing well, people. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We have hit 900 and we are on our course towards 1,000. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Big up, Hendon. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Thank you for the birthday wishes and everything. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Big up, AJ. Big up, AJ. Big up, AJ. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes, people. Thank you. Thank you, Cooper, as well. It's actually kind of nuts, I'm not gonna lie. Like birthday and everything that happens, you get fired, you have to see your lawyer and everything. Like, today has been like genuinely a shit show. It's very hard to imagine a worse day. Literally very hard to imagine a worse day. Let's just put it that way. But it is what it is, I guess. That's life. That is life, people. Like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. Big up, AJ. Big up, big up, big up, big up. That pin's going around. You'll love to see it. Big up, Caps. Big up, Caps. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Subscribe to Gary, people. Subscribe to Gary. He's in the nice. Well, it's a short notice. Good luck looking for you. Yeah, but that's the thing, That is the thing. My boss, right, told me that literally 15 minutes after my boss got told the news. Literally, it was actually kind of insane because it happened like that. Because it was 4:30, right? I went out to grab a smoke before the last few hours of work, right? To just relax, take my eyes off computer and everything. And I'd come back, I get a message, come to the conference room. I go to the conference room and yeah, it actually was kind of insane, to be honest. I'm not going to get into details because it was actually quite emotional, to say the least, but it is what it is. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. And all of the days been made redundant. Going to buy Euro Millions lottery tickets tomorrow and hope you'll get some good luck with that. To be honest, I need it as well. It's like bills need to be paid, need to support family and everything. It's actually kind of nuts, like, to be in those times, yeah. But need to find a job ASAP as well. Then talk about depressing birthday. Same happened to me, to be fair. Got the notion I will be fired in a month on my birthday too. Once it is depressing. I'm not gonna lie, it is depressing because like I got it, like, and then tomorrow that's it, like literally that's it, and that's the end of the road there. And I actually loved the job. I loved my place. I was also literally I from what I saw and what I gathered from everything, I was literally a month away, maybe 2 months away from another promotion and everything. It's actually kind of nuts how everything turned, like vice versa around. It's actually kind of wild. As to be Premier Champions League, and I would say Arteta, thank you, and he's here before instantly wins and peace out. To some extent, I know even people who would sack Mikel Arteta if we win Champions League or Premier League. Just go away on a high, and that's about it. I know also people like that, to be honest. Hope you get a job quick. Same. Like, I don't want to go like put myself into unemployment for, let's just say 2-3 months and everything, because I still would get paid. Obviously not the salary, but I would. It looks like about 80-90% of the salary I was getting. At the same time, I really hate sitting around the house and doing nothing. I really hate that. I need to do something. It's actually kind of nuts. And I kind of like my work, although it was a production line with work environment of 40 plus degrees. Dude, 40 plus. Like, if Arsenal could cook at those temperatures, would be kind of nice. But yeah. Araba, I'm so sorry. Here you find your new job quick, please. We'll see. Tomorrow is the last day. Obviously, I'm gonna, after the work, I'm gonna instantly hand in the unemployment papers, and I'm gonna apply for the pay as an unemployed person, because finding a job is not quick. Let's be real. Unless you want to find just a simple job like working in the storage or something like that, to be, I don't know, a janitor or something. Those you can find easily. I want a job that challenges me. I want a job that makes me grow, adjust, to change myself to some extent, to learn. Because even if I was working at this job, right, at the same time I was also learning, because this job also provided specific university courses I could do specifically for the job and for my position, to grow, to develop, to kind of increase the productivity of what I was doing. It was all paid by work, and everything. It was happening at the time as I was working at the same hours. So I would go away for a few hours, I would work, and it was all paid and everything. It was insanely good. And the fact that I'm losing this job like that just after 2 years, it's actually kind of painful. In my case, it wasn't me just to be laid off. It was the whole line. Yeah, it's the same for me. It's the same for me. Like 30-40% of all the people in my work are getting laid off. Big up G Wills. Big up G Wills. Enjoy this the life. And you're still just up and go again. Yeah, basically. That's what it is. When life gives you lemons, you have to make lemonade somehow. It's horrible. It's losing your job. Don't get too stressed. Take a moment to plan your, like, it's actually nuts because I cannot. That for me is the nuts part, because I also need to provide for family with 2 kids and everything. Plus, my girlfriend's not working since she's on a sick leave. She cannot move. She has back issues and everything, spinal issues. So it's actually nuts. Need everything: food, medicine, bills. Like, it gets nuts real quick when you lose a job and you don't have a steady income anymore. Let's just put it that way. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. Maybe some work abroad. Nah, I can't do that, and I can't do that. Literally, with 2 kids that just are starting, that are going to kindergarten and are just starting school, no chance in hell I'm doing that. No chance in hell. Cannot do that. If they were, let's just say 17, 18, they can take care of themselves, maybe. But otherwise, no chance whatsoever. But yeah, back to Arsenal. Let's go back to Arsenal. Yeah, it will be nice to see what happens, because if this is true, I wonder how long it's gonna take for this to happen. Because what are gonna be the repercussions at the end of the season? Will there be repercussions during the season if already, let's just say in December, we are way short? It also is the big question. Like, is it that end of the season thing, or it's gonna be a long-term thing? Let's just put it that way, or a quick thing. In any case, it's a shame they're in field to have some break from Arsenal stuff for a while. I might need to have a look for jobs with the EU in Latvia. With your skills and language skills, you'll be a great. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm gonna try, but I need. That's the thing. I take my kid to kindergarten, so I need to also find a job that doesn't start too early, because I cannot just drop my kid off at kindergarten at 7 a.m. Right? It has to be around 8 a.m. or around that. So there's lots of planning and lots of those stuff you have to take into account, and it's a grown-up stuff which basically I have to deal with. If I could work from home, if I could be self-employed, I would do it, but I cannot at the moment. Can I please come? So if we lose Port Vale, he gonna then that dude. If we lose to Port Vale, he has to go instantly. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if it's under 21s, if it's just reserves, if it's just the bench, or if he starts the starting 11. If we lose to Port Vale, sack Arteta and leave him at Port Vale. Let's be real. Leave him in there. Leave him be. Leave the Giza alone. Or in other words, leave the Giza there. Don't come back, and I don't want to see you ever again. Let's be real. I'm gonna say it as it is to some extent. So let's just see how that goes. Let's just see how that goes, of course. In some other Arsenal news, some very interesting news. Let's just put it that way. Arsenal, right? We also heard talks about what's its face. We all heard talks about everything, but Martinelli. Arsenal were open to selling Gabriel Martinelli this summer, but their £60 million asking price put off clubs who valued him closer to 40. And to be honest, if you think about it, that he gets 180 grand a week, 52 weeks, that's what I would say about 5.7, 5.8 million. Let's just put it that way. Let's just say it as it is. But 40 million for Martinelli, would you take that? Would it be a decent amount for Martinelli, 40 million? Would you entertain that idea? Let's just put it that way. Levy stepped down as Spurs chairman. No, that is bad. That is definitely bad. Let's just put it that way, because if they get Saudis or something like that, like, it's actually kind of nuts. There's a big difference of he must go or he will go. I'd sack him at the end of the last season, but the board and the owners are too comfortable. Well, if you believe the rumors about Josh Kroenke, what he has said, if we are, let's just say, third by 10 points behind Liverpool or someone already in December, I would sack him on the spot there. And even sacking Mikel Arteta now wouldn't be as detrimental, because the season is still salvageable. Obviously, because nothing has really started yet. We are just in 1 out of 3 competitions we have participated, so definitely there is that stuff. Big rest in peace, Giorgio Armani. Well, never had his clothes. Never, but sad days. They were never going to sell him for that money. Like, I think so too. We could sell Martinelli for 60 or something million after 22-23 season. We could sell him for 60 to 80 million easily. But after the last 2 seasons, there's no chance in hell we could sell him for that. No chance in hell. No one except Saudi will pay 40 or 60. Yeah, I think if European teams came in for him, even the big ones, I can see it being pushed up to 40 max, in my opinion. Maybe with some add-ons, potential ones, it could go up to 45. But besides Saudis, I don't see anyone getting him. I'm taking 40 for Martinelli. He's abysmal now. That for me is the big thing. Is Martinelli actually abysmal, or is he abysmal specifically under this manager? Because I would be real, because we have seen Martinelli under Emery. We have seen Martinelli under Mikel Arteta as well. He has had 1 good season when we played to his strengths. So I would also put in a very strong argument for the fact that if a proper manager comes in that knows how to attack, how to utilize Martinelli to the best of his potential, I also believe there would be a possibility that Martinelli actually is much, much better, because we have seen how good Martinelli can be. And also we have seen the fact that, also we can also agree to this, I think, that our players are not as bad as we portray ourselves on the pitch. Because whether you like Martinelli or not, he is not that bad. Whether you like Odegaard or not, he is not that bad as he has been for the last season and a half. Let's be real. Saka can be better as well. Like, there is also a big argument to be made about that. I would take 40 million pounds for Martinelli, but then use it to buy Lookman. I can see that, but we are not going to do this. 50 million at least for Martinelli. He's actually shined at another club under a better manager, and that is the big thing. If we get another manager, kind of wish he would stay, because if we get a proper attacking manager, Martinelli would be very pivotal to that. He would be very pivotal in those roles and in that team and the things he does. Who would take Martinelli for 50, 60? Now, Bayern won't. None of the Premier League teams on the French or Italian. Only Saudis. Only Saudis is there. Especially with the fact that Martinelli is on 180 grand a week. Exactly. He's abysmal under Mikel Arteta, specifically. That is the nuts part. Because we have seen that he can be good under Arteta. But since Arteta has all screwed it all up, it is what it is. We must put a buyback clause in any Gabriel Martinelli sell. We might. Will we, though? We are not very well known for that, so I wouldn't hold my breath over that. Under Arteta, he has been ruined. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that is one of the biggest reasons why. If I was Arteta, I just put him as a backup striker and try him up top for 5 to 10 games. If Donke and San Marino can, maybe he could. I'm almost sure he would. To be honest, Martinelli was very, very good under Emery when he played as a number 9. He has played a handful or something games under Mikel Arteta as a number 9. He has had very good performances in that spot. It's just a shame that we don't do that more often. Let's just put it that way. As I said before, which players have shined in the first 3 games of the season? They all look subpar. Well, you could argue Timber has shined, but Timber is Timber. Let's be real. If we look attacking-wise, none of them have shown. None of them. Midfield-wise, also, none of them have shown. Defense is the only thing that keeps us together. Let's be real. Martinelli under Emery in the 9, 13 games, 11 goals. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That is the biggest thing. Why Arteta doesn't want to use him as a number 9 is actually kind of nuts for me. Why not try to play 4-4-2? For example, 4-4-2. You have one quick. You could argue a bit technical, but we will see. But at least when he runs with his head down, he would be running towards the goal, not towards the byline. Let's just put it that way. He actually could be very decent. Big up Pee-wee. Big up Pee-wee. Hope you're doing well. PW, Pee-wee. Yeah, damn. Big up PW. Big up PW. Another thing I wanted to talk about, which will be very weird, but look at this. Look at this statement. Look at this statement. It's been five years since Kai Havertz joined Chelsea. A year later, he scored a goal to win the Champions League. Fair dues. Then he swapped West London for North London and quickly became a fan favorite at Arsenal. I don't want to say too much, but the standards to become a fan favorite these days is just so awful, to say the least. It's just so awful. It's so bad. It's so low. It's like Arsenal's standards. Let's be real. They are so low, and it's so easy to become a fan favorite. As long as you have a good jawline, or you have a nice hearing, or you basically have a nice haircut, you instantly are a fan favorite for no apparent reason. Back in the day, which sounds very old, I know, with the birthday and everything, but usually players that got songs were legends of the club, were ones that have done something for the club. Now we make songs for every Dick and Harry in the universe, and that as well makes no sense to me personally. How can you praise someone who has done nothing for the club? That for me is the nuts part. How can you praise anyone for what when you have done nothing for the club? That for me is the wildest thing in the world. That for me is the wildest thing in the world. It's been 257 games since the FA Cup win. Think about that. 257 games. That's nearly what? 9. That's like it's. Think even about that. Martinelli, I think, is built for Bundesliga or Serie A. Yeah, I can see that. Kai has never been good enough. Facts. Well, he did in a way. There are so many top fans that really rate Havertz, and I don't know why. Because the best what's its face comment I have, one of the best comments I have gone on my TikTok over the stuff I have posted is, and I quote, "You don't know what you're talking about." It is what it is. They can have their opinions, but Havertz does great stuff for Arsenal off the pitch. Yes, off the pitch, not on the pitch. Off the pitch. And I would love to know what great stuff Havertz does off the pitch for Arsenal. Yeah, it is what it is. Zinchenko's song probably the worst. Then one of the worst. Let's be real. It's actually it's embarrassing. Let's just say it as it is. It is embarrassing. But yeah, people. Besiktas, Turkey, Leandro Trossard. What are we saying, people? I spoke to TK. We all know TK, another Arsenal fan, has been on the channel. Go subscribe to him if you haven't. Big up TK. He said that Besiktas has no money. One of the worst clubs to go to in Turkey. How they can afford this, I have no idea. even if they can afford this. Let's be real. But since Turkish league, Super League's transfer window closes in a week, they still are subject to signing players. And apparently they have made an offer of 22 million for Leandro Trossard. Arsenal obviously haven't responded yet to the offer. Question for you all. Would you take 22 million euros, which is about 18, 19 million pounds, for Trossard right now? Would you do that? And keep in mind that last September as well, Arsenal rejected 35 million euro bid from Saudis for Trossard as well. Off the pitch, yes. Havertz's greatest thing he's done for this club, again, don't hope for injuries being out so we could see Pezay. You could argue that, definitely. No, not now. I can get it. I get it. I still remember his third and second game in our shirt. We played Man United and missed the ball 5 meters in front of the goal. The same week, Jackson missed a strike from 5 meters, but at least he got the ball. Yeah. Havertz missed from 2 yards out last year in the FA Cup against United, and from 8 yards out against United. Remember those two? Odegaard missed a penalty in that game. Then we lost to 10-man United, which is embarrassing. Definitely no, we can't replace him. That is the biggest thing. We cannot replace him. But we don't even have left wingers in general. Like, that is the nuts part. What's the point to do it now unless we're going to grind down? That sounds hell, man. Grind down. But yeah, that's definitely something. No, I'm not entertaining bids for Trossard. I get it. I absolutely get it. Unfortunately, no, we should have sold him during the window so we can get a replacement. Now, if Trossard goes, we are stuck with Martinelli shit performances. Yeah, we could see Madueke there when Saka comes back. Unless we play, let's just say, Vangieri or Dalman there, it makes no sense, is it? Hopefully, Dalman starts versus the Kazakhstan team against Ahmati. Dude, that's in January, isn't it? You're going to wait till January to play them? To start him? That is actually hella nuts. We play reload. We play Almat. When do we play them? I think it was January, wasn't it? We played them in January 28th. You're gonna wait for 3.5 months to start him? That's hella nuts. 3.5 months, you know. To be honest, Dauman should be starting against Port Vale. Whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, Max Dauman should be starting against Port Vale, in my opinion. He definitely should be starting against Port Vale, without shadow of a doubt. Let's mention the shameful dive for that penalty. Don't want Madueke. I don't as well. He looks on right wing much better. Don't big up Dio. Don't think we can sell Trossard now. The window is closed. There's no replacement. And that is the biggest drawback. Oh, for fuck's sake, my nose is so itchy. I cannot help this. But yeah, that's the biggest issue. There is no replacement for Max Dauman. For Trossard right now if we sell him. That is the biggest issue, but no matter how you look at it, because the window is shut and we have to live with it, I guess, at the end of the day. Max will definitely start Port Vale, surely. You would expect that. At least for me personally, against Port Vale, Max Dauman should start, Skelly should start, Vangieri should start. All these three guys should start. Kepa most likely will start. At the same time, knowing Arteta, wouldn't put anything past him, would you? Here is Dio's link, people. Go subscribe to him. Dauman played under 21s versus England versus Ukraine under 21s today, I think. Let's check this. I'm actually on sports website. Where is in England? England. Don't they play tomorrow? Let me check this. England under 20s play tomorrow, and that's about it. When do they play? When does England under 29 schedule? When do they play? England under 29s on Saturday, September 6th, are playing against Spain. They're playing against Spain. That actually would be a nuts game to watch. Brightest Spanish talents versus Dauman and all them, man. That actually would be a very interesting game to watch because no matter how you look at it, Spanish youngsters are genuinely above many players, because the La Masia, because the Real Madrid Academy, and all these places are just wild. I would want the Max Daumann start versus Forest. Wouldn't say no to that as well. Definitely would not say that as well. Vaneri needs to find more minutes. Well, he can find more minutes. Will Arteta give them to him? Because let's be real, looking at this situation, what has unfolded at the moment, it's actually insane that he's not getting minutes. And it's going to be like that, most likely. And if Vaneri doesn't get actually some proper minutes till January, right, I would actually, in his place, just ask for a loan. I would actually ask for a loan if he doesn't get consistent minutes. Just going to put it out there. If he doesn't get consistent minutes till January, ask for a loan and piece the scene if you can. That's what I would do if I was Max Vaneri. I don't see this manager starting Daumann against Port Vale. He should. Wenger would. We will learn a lot about Arteta pending how he handles Vaneri this season. Yes, and Max Daumann as well to some extent. Maybe there's less pressure on Max Daumann, but Vaneri 100%. Sesko versus Gyökeres tomorrow. Oh, bloody hell. Maybe it was yesterday. 2-0 win. 2-0 win, yeah. Is Trossard healthy? Can he even complete his medical if you decide to sell him? I'm not so sure, because there are rumors that he's not healthy. Then again, he's healthy, but then he's not healthy. I don't know, because Mikel Arteta is never going to unveil the truth, is he? He's going to say what he wants to say. Let's just say it as it is. Belgium, to be honest, are playing Liechtenstein at the moment. The Kuiper scored. Could have scored for me when I had in your FPL team, you dumbass. Trossard is not playing. Is Trossard on the bench? Trossard is on the bench. Trossard is on the bench for Belgium. They're 1-0 up against Liechtenstein. Netherlands are beating Poland 1-0. Dumfries scored. Ironically enough, Timber is holding the bench. Kivior is playing left back for Poland, by the way, people. I know he's not our player, but just bear with me here. Luxembourg, Northern Ireland. Slovakia are beating Germany. 1-0. I kid you not. Slovakia are beating Germany 1-0. Seriously. Serious talk. Dubravka, Gyombe, Satka, Skriniar, Hanko, Duda, Lobotka, Bero, Duris, Strelec, and Sawa. That's actually a very decent team. Very decent team for Slovakia, to be honest. Lobotka is decent. Duda is decent. Satka, Skriniar, Hanko are very good. Dubravka is good, and Strelec as well is very, very good. Isn't Duris one of the up-and-coming youngsters or something like that as well? If I'm not mistaken. I might be talking out of my ass, but I think so. Rodak, Haris Lynch, Sharans, Suslov, Avron. It's actually not too bad. Germany's lineup should be just destroying them, but somehow they're not. Wirtz thinking the place out again. Baumann in goal, Collins playing right back. Voltemade as well as striker. It's actually kind of wild if you think about it. It's actually kind of wild. Sweden's stronger team, but I believe in Sesko and for his speed and potential. Bro, don't even start. Vaneri should absolutely go on loan. He'd do well in the sides like Sunderland, Burnley, West Ham, Palace, and Brentford. Yeah. We could have even signed Eze and loaned him to Crystal Palace. He would get consistent minutes there as well. Let's be real, as a starter, he could start at least about 25 games. Slovakia just scored. Yeah, what happened to Germany? They kind of on the decline right now. Well, they're struggling. They're struggling real bad. Yeah, but had a good chance, but after that, Slovakia had more of a game. Yeah, Slovakia are actually a very decent and resilient team. Remember them in World Cup, when was it? 2010, 2014? I don't remember which one, but they were very, very good. How do you rate the signing row? Again, early, but impressions of near predictions, and I'm not talking about the window, but individuals. Individual signings. Kepa, who knows, hasn't played. He had a decent preseason saving penalties. That's about it. Mosquera has been a very impressive, and I'm not going to lie. The game against Leeds, he was solid. Against Liverpool, pretty much playing the whole game. He held his own. He was very good. Who else is there? Zubimendi. It's looking like a bust at the moment, because as soon as he gets pressed and people get physical with him, he falls like Odegaard pretty much. Norgard is injured, so he's useless. Madueke looks much better on the right than the left. And Gyökeres, well, he's being sabotaged by Mikel Arteta, so it's actually kind of nuts if you think about it. 16 likes, people. Big up to you all. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, people, if you haven't already. Regarding Arsenal, more news, right? Regarding Arsenal, more news. And these are what nuts ones. Hold on to your horses, people, because Arsenal, and I kid you not, I literally kid you not about Arsenal. We have released merch. We are literally 3 games into the season. New merchandise has been dropped by Arsenal. The NTS collection. The NTS collection. No trophies seasonally. NTS stands for no trophies seasonally collection, basically. Arsenal have dropped merch, people. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie, this hoodie actually looks kind of nice, just to put it out there. Trainers, this shirt looks nice. I'm gonna admit, this shirt looks nice. I did this kid. Shorts, and that's about it. 6 products. Wow, only 6 products, but 38 for this shirt, 70 for this shirt, 85, 85, 70, 45 for shorts. Nuts. Nuts. Are we surprised we are not a football team? We're a fashion label. Yes, we are. Genuinely, we massively are. That's horrible. I get it. For me personally, this shirt looks nice, but mostly also because it quite heavily reminds me of the Spain home kit, the red one, and AS Roma, the orange kit they had like 5-6 years ago. It reminds me of that, but that's also only due to those reasons. So this announced on Aaron's channel, like, it's actually insane. Big up Aaron, by the way, every single time. Have to just accept that Arsenal really just retail outlet now, basically. Big up Hyper Protagonist. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Merch is merching, but to be fair, can't say much. Don't care, can't afford it. Yeah, to be honest. That's the thing. If I had money, and I know you're going to elude me for this, but as a birthday gift for myself, I actually would entertain buying this shirt, personally. Just putting it out there. You got to be a right mug to buy that dress. Thank you, Hendon. Thank you. I'm a mug then. It's disgusting. But it's actually kind of nuts. New win. What else is here? What the hell is this? N7 prehistoric jacket. N7. Not bad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, it's actually kind of insane what's happening there with those. If you had money, you shouldn't buy that. I get it, but for me, I would love to have something. I literally have only one Arsenal kit. That's about it. I have one Arsenal shirt, the black and gold one. That's about it. I don't have any more. Literally have no more. Just one. Would love to have something else. But yeah, in those terms, I totally get what you mean. Oh my goodness gracious, people. Oh my goodness gracious. Wait. Just noticed this, by the way. Literally just noticed this. 3-0 Spain. Mikel Merino has scored. Holy crap. Mikel Merino has scored for Spain. Seriously. Mikel Merino has scored for Spain. Where does he play even? Merino plays number 10, right center mid, if you look at Arsenal. Zubimendi, Merino, Pedri, Cucurella, Houston, Lenormand, Porro, Simon, Yamal. Oyarzabal is playing striker. And have you noticed that Nico Williams is stinking out the gaff once again? Literally stinking out the gaff once again. It's actually kind of nuts. Mikel Merino has scored for Spain. Holy crap. Holy Mikel Merino Nazario. Holy moly. Get some proper kit, not this. Just the proper kits cost like $100. Like I literally rather just light it on fire. The problem with this club is that people continue to buy merch consistently. Yes, that is also a big thing. All of these things contribute to the fact that we don't have to win because club still makes money. Exactly, yeah. The seats are still all full. Merch is merching and everything. It's for the tourists who somehow get tickets for matches. And that is the nuts part with all these raffles, ballots, and all this crap. Somehow there are more tourists than actually Arsenal fans in the stands sometimes. I'd recommend buying the retro stuff. No idea. No idea where, how, why, and what. Literally have no idea. Have never checked it out. Zubimendi assist, yeah. Zubimendi also got an assist. Would love to have like a proper, what's its face? I would love, like, let's just say for like $50, 50 pounds, 50 euros, whatever, right? To go to, let's just say, a retro kit website or something, and they would have like a mystery box where you, let's just say, you pay 50 or 60 quid, and they put in, let's just say, 3 mystery retro shirts or 3 mystery shirts from any team in the world. I would love something like that. I would love to buy something like that. Zubmendi assist. Yeah, merge drop. Yes. Merge drop. Yes, Cooper. Yes. Yamal assist. Yes. Big up, Rasta. Big up, Rasta. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Go subscribe to Rasta Stocks. United fan, by the way. I'd rather go to flea market and buy an Re 14 Vodafone shirt. It's rare to find in Excel, but you gotta dig deep. Usually, yeah. Playing in a team with lots of quality players. Yeah, and that is the case. Arsenal have a team full of athletes. Big 6'2" guys, most of them, which means that most of the time they lack technical ability. Spain has lots of technical ability, and it's helping a lot. Are we surprised, though, international football is slow enough for Merino to actually do something? True, 100% true. It's much slower. You have time. You don't have the press, and hence why, for example, Zubimendi looks good, and all these teams look good. All these players look good. Look, eBay or even Facebook Marketplace. Big up Terry Tibbs. Big up Terry Tibbs. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Big up Terry. Here's Rasta Stocks link. People go subscribe to him, show him some love. Rob Holding got an assist for Lenormand yellow card. What else is happening in the chat? I see you all, people. Leave your thoughts in the chat. Tourists buy packages. I have family in Malaysia, and they can get ticket packages to matches at Emirates. Yeah, tourists usually do that, 100%. That's what's the case. Arsenal fans don't do that. My misspelling today is horrendous. Don't worry. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. You're gonna get some time off, hopefully. If they are boiling out out of their country, why they can't do this for what? What they're boiling out of their country? Oh, you mean buying? I assume you mean buying. I think I have no idea, but what they're boiling, I don't know. Chicken? For me, it only makes sense to buy merch from our team during seasons. We actually do something, actually means something. I absolutely get it. But yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. As I said, I only have one shirt from Arsenal. That's the only piece of Arsenal merch I have. And it is, which is 2021, 22? Nope, it's 2021? No. Which one is it? 22, 23? I'm literally mixing all my kits up at the moment. Yes, it's this one. I have Arsenal 22, 23 away kit. I have this one. I have this kit. Personally, I have just one, and it's this one. I've been Arsenal fan for 23 goddamn years, and this is the only piece of merch I have. Seriously, this is the only piece of merch I have. Anyone can look good in the Spain national team system, even Merino. Yeah, true. Maybe even Odegaard would look good in the Spain national team. Let's be real. I think he means balling out, right? If they're balling out for their country, why can't they do it for the club? Well, because the football, I get it now, because the football is much slower. It's more open. You have more time. You play with better players because, let's be real, national teams combine their best players of their nation. And let's be real, if you play for Arsenal under Arteta or you play under De La Fuente in Spain, the difference is like night and day. The style and everything is just hence massively different. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I watch Serie A. I am depending on the shirts, but I just say this regular shirt, I am an L. I'm an L, but when I buy kits, I have to buy XL because they are more tight and there are all this stuff. So basically, I have to buy XL. Let's just put it that way. I usually buy XL so I can feel a bit more free, just like that. Be an Arsenal fan for 25 and only have a Bruised Banana kit, a 94 home kit years I was born. Oh, that's fantastic. That Bruised Banana kit is fantastic. A 94 home kit is actually very, very nice, to be honest. That is actually a nice kit. This kit is fantastic. This kit is fantastic. I absolutely love this kit. Me too. Good evening, bigger. I get brought the 3 shirts for my birthday every year for my birthday benefits of buying July baby. I get, yeah, in those terms 100%. In those terms 100%. 100%. If you look at it that way, I would love to have this kit, this one. I would love to have this Arsenal kit. I don't know why it feels like something special. It literally feels something special. I would love to have this kit. This yellow one. That kit is something different. And also, I would, this kit, this yellow one, I would love to have. And also the blue one, don't mind the blue one. And I think it's 5. Yeah, and of course, this for me somehow is the daddy of the kits. I absolutely love the maroon kit. Not maroon, burgundy, sorry. I absolutely love the burgundy kit. Absolutely love it. Serie A was so good during the early 2000s. Yeah, it was fantastic. Not the same. Yeah, the football has changed. Everything has changed. Also, the quality has dropped. Because if you look at the players Serie A used to have to compare to what they have now, and that is, to be honest, for the most of the leagues, it's actually kind of wild. I like the 2006 show, but it also brings awful memories. Yeah, that 2006, that dude. We don't speak about that here. I have Carrick Champions League final kit from 08 and 14-15 under Herrera shirt. Under Herrera, that wild. Under Herrera, Did any of you watch the PSG versus Toulouse game with Jean? That Jean Neves hat trick, damn. Absolutely damn. That is just insane what he did there in that game. I'm a Napoli fan. Who do you follow? Well, if I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I'm going to be honest with you. If I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I would be AC Milan fan. Roma or AC Milan, one of the two, basically. Because when I became an Arsenal fan, right? When I became an Arsenal fan, I was following quite a bit Serie A, AC Milan, and AS Roma. And I was following also to Real Madrid in La Liga. I also love Deportivo La Coruña, right? In late 90s, early 2000s, the Deportivo La Coruña, when Juan Jose Valerón and all them, man, just phenomenal. But yeah, I never have anyone talk about Odegaard or Merino for Sociedad. It's only for the national team they're mentioned. Yes, exactly. Arsenal at the moment can literally put on the pitch Real Sociedad's midfield of Zubimendi, Merino, and Odegaard. Only thing missing is Isak. Ironically, the best of them lot. The kits with the JVC on them, for me, I'm a huge fan of our yellow and blue away kits. It's why I love that Bruised Banana kit. I get it. I absolutely get it. Bruised Banana kits are just fantastic. Like, there is something unique. When you have these kits and everything, when you look at them, even if you don't have them, when you try to compare them, right? The home kit, the casual red and white and all this stuff. I don't know. For me, it's just, especially this season, it is very, very, very meh. Let's just put it that way. For me, usually the away or the third kit are the best ones. Sometimes even the fourth kit to some extent. My Serie A team is Juventus. Big up Juventus. Forza Juve. 2016 kit, Sanchez looked late in away. Yeah. Class player, Van Gaal tried his best to reduce him to a boring CDM, but he's still... Ander Herrera never has been a CDM, let's be real. He's never a number 6. For me, he has always been attacking number 8. 100%. That, but Bilbao, he was... Yeah, At Bilbao, there are certain players I absolutely love. Like, there's Ander Herrera, Iker Munyain, Llorente, the striker, Aritz Aduriz, the other striker, and everything. In the recent times, again, as I said, Iker Munyain, and for me personally, and specifically, Iñaki Williams, the older brother of Nico Williams. About 7 years ago, I said Arsenal should sign Iñaki Williams, and people said that was dumb. To be honest, I would love to have Iñaki Williams at the time at the club. I would also be AC Milan fan, the Shevchenko period. I get it. The 2005 Champions League final for AC Milan, though, that is pain and a half still. I have actually got the 3 from this year. Need to go and pick them up. Not in a rush, I guess, since Arsenal are losing. The team came 5th with all of them in it. Yes, they won the Copa del Rey, but that was a year later. Like, if you look at it, actually. Where is it? Was it this season, if I'm not mistaken? Where is it? Images. This one? Yeah, like your Odegaard on the right wing, Zubimendi, Merino, the Illaramendi, man. Illaramendi was... It's such a shame that the Illaramendi, at the time when he was at Real Sociedad, that he was fantastic, had to go to Real Madrid when he went, because they absolutely ruined him. And to be honest, I would argue even Isco at Malaga in late 2000s, early 2010s, it was such a pleasure to watch. Isco to this day is still one of my favorite players. And again, he at Real Madrid under Ancelotti and all those managers, like, also feels like that he didn't utilize his full potential. Let's just put it that way. Still remember the Malaga Borussia Dortmund semifinal. Like, that was a spectacle and a half. Big up Charles, as Josh Kroenke said. Supposedly he was influential in getting Eze. Yeah, apparently Josh Kroenke has had a sit down with Mikel Arteta, and he has said that he wants to see results. He wants to see trophies this season, or it's done and dusted, allegedly. I like Josh. He's an honest man. I wonder what's changed with Josh getting more involved now. Well, I think the 1 billion spent is something a lot to do with it, especially when he looks around at other teams who spend not nearly as much as we do, and they have won much more than we have. Even when he looks at Crystal Palace, West Ham, and those teams, like, it's actually nuts. Yeah, Sunset is a baller. Also, Sunset at Arsenal. Again, in summer, we could have gone for Sunset. We could have signed for like £42 million Aleix Baena from Villarreal. He went to Atletico Madrid, obviously. Would love to have Aleix Baena at Arsenal. For me personally, Aleix Baena is the closest thing I would argue we could have to Santi Cazorla. We could have had. So that is that. But that's just my opinion, man. Aduriz, what a striker, yeah. And he was still balling out at 36, 37, still being one of the La Liga's top scorers and everything. Like, those times when, Alvaro Negredo at Sevilla, Roberto Soldado at Valencia, Nilmar at Villarreal, that one massive season. Obviously, Aritz Aduriz at Bilbao and everything, Falcao at Atletico Madrid and all these, like, dude, those were the days, Those were the days. Big up Richard. What's your opinion on the manager? I think he should have been sacked long ago. Yeah, facts. He should have been sacked 2 or 3 years ago. I would argue he should have been sacked after 23-24 season. 22-23, he challenged. Nobody expected it, so he get another shot. But he balled, but he didn't catch them up. He should have been sacked then. He should have been sacked then already, 2-3 seasons ago. Big up Richard. First team I watched live was AC Milan with Zedorf, Pirlo, Ronaldinho. What a team that was, but underperformed. Also, they had Maldini, Nesta, Shevchenko, Gattuso, Dida, and all them. And yeah, those were the days. Like Juventus and all and AC Milan against Inter Milan, and Jose Mourinho winning a treble with Inter Milan and all this. Like, it's actually nuts. It's actually kind of nuts. The days when AC Milan were ruling the leagues and everything, those were the days. I really liked Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko was a decent player, but he was definitely hit and miss. Let's just put it that way. Very hit and miss in those terms, because we saw what Yarmolenko did at West Ham. He did nothing. Yet when he was at Sevilla, he was actually somewhat decent. Same goes for, and Andrew, I think, could back me up for this, Konoplyanka, when he was at Sevilla and Borussia Dortmund. Like, he was also very, very, very good. I used to like Timoshuk back in the day when he was at Bayern Munich. Well, who else was there? There was another Ukrainian player I really liked to watch. I forgot his name. Literally forgot his name on top of my head. Slow wingers that have all the trickery are a rare breed. Yeah. These days, as long as you have pace, you have a bit of physicality, you pretty much have made it. Let's be real. Semi-decent first touch, you can pass the ball 2 yards, you pretty much are a professional footballer and can earn about 90 grand a week. Oh yeah, Ilicic. Dude, Ilicic. Such a sad story about Ilicic, isn't it? Like, to be honest, Josip Ilicic at Atalanta, what a baller. And then, like, depression, girlfriend cheating on him and everything. Like, a very sad story, I'm not gonna lie. Maxim Chuk at AC Milan, Hulit, Frank Rijkaard, Van Basten, dude, the ballers of the days. I think the tempo of Serie A is much quicker than the Prem. It is, it's also more open. Like, for me personally, Premier League is the slowest league of all the top 5 leagues, at least. It's also the most grinding league. At the same time, I would also argue that Premier League is the most physical league, yet I would also argue that it's arguably one of the least technical leagues in terms of player technical ability and performances during games. You very rarely see like technical players like in La Liga. La Liga 2 even. La Liga 2 is a very nice watch. If you haven't watched La Liga 2, it's definitely something you are missing out on. Like, for example, do we have a full interview or quote, or is just it's what? Why? What interview? What's happening? Sergei Rebrov, the goalkeeper, right? Rebrov. He was a goalkeeper, I think. He was the goalkeeper. There were good ones, definitely good ones. You know who I always wanted at Arsenal, but we never went for? Marko Arnautovic. Interesting. I never viewed Arnautovic as an Arsenal player, to be honest. Never envisioned him, let's just say, as an Arsenal player. He isn't the generational footballer, but I like that he had much fight and a bite in him, something we need. Yeah, he's like the Austrian Ibrahimovic, isn't he? Like something in those terms. Armor, yeah, but it's all started after Edu was forced out. Josh was alerted to some dodgy crap going, and it was Berta who's been brought in, to fix the mess, basically. Ulrich Helme was a baller. If any Romanians are here, George Hagi was a pleasure to watch. Riquelme, of course. If you are old enough, if you have seen, for example, Socrates from Brazil, right? The El Doctor and all this stuff, like the days, like those were quite fantastic to watch, to be honest. I still believe that, for example, if any Greek people are here, one guy I really hate to play against as a national team personally was Theofanis Gekas, the striker, right? He was nothing special. At the same time, he always was doing something unique. Like he was finding ways to score goals. Like Haris Charisteas from Greece as well, very decent player. Kostas Manolas, obviously a legend for Roma, for scoring that goal against Barcelona, Florenzi as well, and all these guys. Like there are lots of these guys that people usually forget, like Hakan Şükür for Turkey, Burak Yilmaz, obviously one of the recent ones. A massively underrated player is good. Yeah, Guti is hell underrated. Obviously, he was brilliant. Yeah, he was very inconsistent, but obviously his ego was a big issue. At the same time, he also never got a proper chance, because as soon as he started to shine at Real Madrid, David Beckham comes in. Then he gets then he goes to Turkey and all this stuff. Like whenever he was the guy who always had like the third eye in the back of his head, that back heel pass and everything. He was such an underrated baller back in the day. Very underrated. Obviously, with all the things that he went through as a Real Madrid player, like the ego and everything, how bruised it was, it got best of him, I would say, in those terms. I actually prefer the Bundesliga over any league because it has a combo of every league: power, pace, tech, cool, FIFA. Yeah, one of the biggest reasons why to watch, let's just say, Bundesliga is just the atmosphere. Literally, if you take away football, like on the pitch, the atmosphere, it doesn't matter, because even if you are Bundesliga 3, Bundesliga 2 team, the atmosphere is miles better than any Premier League team you have ever seen. It's actually kind of wild. If we don't win the Prem or Champions League next 5 years, what do you think will happen? Depends who's the manager, because our team is good enough to win stuff. Maybe if you get a proper manager in, he gets like the 2-3 players he wants, we can win stuff. We can win the league if we have a proper manager, because we are using our team backwards. This team is meant to be attacking. We saw the prime example in 22-23 season. It's just that Arteta is a coward and he wants to defend. Big up yous, my bro. Thank you for your birthday wishes. Thank you for your birthday wishes. Not gonna lie, still cannot get over the fact that I got fired on my birthday from work. And now, brother, Yarmolenko killed his career. Yeah, that injuries definitely killed Yarmolenko and his discipline issues. Konoplyanka had a good career in Schalke, but Sevilla, yeah, Schalke, not Borussia Dortmund. Sorry, my bad. Sevilla was at Sevilla. He had potential, but it never kind of fulfilled it, isn't it? Like, it's actually kind of nuts. Didn't Ilicic play for Palermo a few years ago? I think I don't think so. I think he took a sabbatical, not sabbatical, what I'm talking about. He took a time off because of his mental health issues. Because he played for Atalanta and then he disappeared. He played for Atalanta for what? 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. He used to play for Fiorentina, and then he returned to his pretty much boyhood club Maribor in Slovenia. So it's a bit different in those terms. But yeah, he still plays to this day. 37, still bowling, to be honest. What a guy. What a guy, to say the least. Ilicic scored 4 against Valencia, then 2 months ago he was nowhere to be seen. His wife didn't cheat. That was BS, just depression due to COVID and all that. But yeah, but still at the same time, like, it's sad to see. Even if his wife didn't cheat, the depression and everything. Like, people many times also forget that footballers are also humans. Yes, they get insane amounts of money. At the same time, they're also humans. And the fact that what they get in their DMs is just insane. And Robo, please don't forget Timoshchuk, prick. He supports Russia. Yeah, yeah, he's dead for you. Yeah. I know that. I definitely know that. But at the time when he was playing, he actually was very decent. I'm talking about footballing point of view, not the person and stuff like that. No, he was the Spurs striker. Who? Llorente? Stoichkov, yeah, Bulgaria. Davor Suker played for Arsenal, Croatia. Croatia definitely had some ballers as well. Like, there are so many good players that these days, big up Solskjaer joins, by the way, that these days people just don't get, because even if you think about it, player like Riquelme back in the day was fantastic, a pleasure to watch. Player like Riquelme today, if he was in his prime today, he would just dance around the whole squad. He would absolutely annihilate anyone who would come up against him. Yarmolenko could have been modern Ronaldo style-wise, but he really didn't give up. Yeah, he didn't live up. Yeah, definitely didn't live up. The injuries definitely didn't help. I have to say, as a Japanese person, I have to say that I love Hideyoshi Nakatsu. Yeah. Just like, what's its face? Nakata. Yeah, from Serie A. Yeah. He could have played at higher level. He just didn't. Japan as well. Like, two of the biggest countries that are very underrated for the talent they have, in my opinion, are what those two are: Japan and South Korea. Because Japan actually has a very good team, just like South Korea. Yes, they have maybe one big name, two big names, but overall their team is very, very good. Very good and very fantastic. Like Keisuke Honda from Japan. The free kicks that guy could whip up, just out of this world. He was just phenomenal, like Keisuke Honda, right? Like, those guys are actually kind of insane when you think about it. Mitroglou from Greece, Olympiacos and all this stuff. Will the teams that are in relegation in La Liga play better than some? Yeah, to be honest, most of the teams that are in La Liga play better football than most of the teams in the Premier League. That is the nuts part. And their budgets are about 10 to 50 times less than any Premier League side. Seriously. Nakata was signaling. I don't remember. Let's check. Hidetoshi Nakata. He used to play for, holy crap, he used to play for Perugia, AS Roma, Parma, Palermo, Fiorentina, Bolton, by the way, then returned to Fiorentina after loan and then retired. Played for 12 years. Played for 12 years. Played for 12 goddamn years. He won Serie A, he won the Italian Cup, and he won the Asia Cup. Pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice. I got back from football, but it's over for it. I got back from football, it's over for Arteta. The writing was on the wall. When I do an all Arteta's yes man, we're getting kicked. Yeah. If you've worked in corporate, this is how I'm. Exactly. Exactly. Big up, Darren. Big up, Darren. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Go subscribe to use people. Fuck your employer or ex. To be honest, that's the nuts part. I kind of don't hold hard feelings because I know the reasons why. Like, overall why. But just the fact that it happened like that, there was no, what's its face? No preparation for it. They didn't get in advance. Like, literally, not the boss of the boss, but my boss, right, that oversees me, manages me, literally got the news 15 minutes before I got the news. And they talked and everything for maybe saving, but it was unsavable. Like 40% of them people are letting go. It's actually kind of insane, to be honest. I still cannot believe it. It's quite depressing, to be honest. I don't speak about it on much, but yeah, it is kind of depressing, to say the least. What else we are saying in the chat? There's also another Ukrainian played for Arsenal, another crybaby and the blonde Sasha Luzhny. Yeah, the Luzhny Stadium and all that stuff. Didn't have a long run, but made the contributions to Wenger team. Yeah, just like Latvia and Igor Stepanos as well. Won Premier League somehow, which is kind of nuts. Or the FA Cup, something like that. 22 likes, people. Big up to you all. Big up to you all. Gents, I've come to the conclusion that Arteta is unable to manage strikers. Just now, I could have told you that when he put Aubameyang on the left, instantly. He has never coached a striker in his life. Ever. Not at City, not at Arsenal. He doesn't know how to do it. Rebro was the Spurs. The Spurs striker. Okay, I'm thinking about different Rebro. My bad. But yeah, the Spurs striker. Yeah. I get it. He is making Gyökeres useless. Yeah. Back in the day, Dynamo Kiev was a snatch and grab for players. A lot of went to European grands. Not everyone bang, but not bad. Yeah. Remember Dynamo Kiev. Remember Maris Verpakovskis. Remember him? Big up, Latvia. Big up. Shakhtar Donetsk has always had good Brazilians. Yeah, you know, Fred, William, Kevin right now. Kevin. And all this stuff. They always have good Brazilians. Always. Alex Teixeira, such an underrated striker. Shame his career didn't pan out as it should have been. Personally. Oscar. Was Oscar? I think Oscar was, but I might be talking out of my ass. Because he might have been from, from what's its place? I'm thinking about Oscar from other Oscar, basically. Yeah, I'm talking about Sao Paulo. My bad, Sao Paulo. I totally forgot. He wasn't there. He came from Sao Paulo, like, together with Ganso, right? Sao Paulo with Ganso. At the same time, Neymar was at Santos. Adrian was at Flamenco. The upcoming Brazilian stars. I totally screwed up my timeline. Sorry. Man, sorry you got like me in there. It sucks, yeah, but on my birthday, that blows baby chunks big time. Genuinely got laid off on my birthday. 100% one of the best European teams to buy, develop, sell in Brazilian department. Yeah, Portuguese teams do that in general. I think Ukrainian teams do that in general. There's no loyalty, yeah, but next job will be hopefully. Fernandinho, Torre, Teixeira, Douglas Costa. Yeah. What are the international match scores? Well, we can look at it. Belgium just scored 3-0, by the way. I can tell you that much because I just looked on and it just showed that. But yeah, Germany losing 2-0 to Slovakia. Strelec scored a goal. 2-0. Germany are losing, the bums. I think Rasta is hella pissed off. Poland still losing to Netherlands. Northern Ireland 2-1 up against Luxembourg. Belgium are 3-0 up. The Kuiper, Tielemans, and Theate scored. Again, Clipper gets 1+1 in Belgium, kind of does F all for me in my FPL. And Trossard is still not playing. Trossard is holding the bench. Wait, sorry, I didn't even show you. But yeah, 3-0 Belgium versus Liechtenstein. Here it is. Slovakia 2-0 up. Poland losing 1-0. Spain still 3-0 up. So nothing special in those terms are happening. Nothing special in those terms are happening. Let's just put it that way. There's no loyalty. I managed place for 8 years. My boss didn't even say thanks or goodbye. Nah, my job is different. They actually are proper ones. They are real ones. Let's just put it that way. The thing is, though, when you are when work is financial issues, a bit even, the employees are the ones that get hurt first. Let's just put it that way. We feel it first. 100% on the couple of neutrals, like Argentinians, that Ukrainian that were Brazilian. I remember the faces, but kind of yeah. They did that as well. But it's actually kind of nuts, to be honest. Like how they find those Brazilian talents and how they develop them. It's actually kind of insane when you think about it. It's something unique in those terms. You have to have a special quality and ability to do that. Because Portuguese teams are known for basically buying players for peanuts and then selling them tenfold for the value. Rest of them, and like other teams do that and everything. It's actually kind of nuts. Yeah, Tyson as well. Yeah. Still, for me personally, when I think about Ukrainian teams, right? You know, Dynamo Kiev, Donetsk Shakhtar, what's its face? Oh, forgot the name for the third team. My bad. But one of the first players that come into my mind is Dario Srna. If you know, Dario Srna, the right back from Croatia. That is the first player that comes to my mind, actually, when I think about Ukrainian teams and having like players. I don't know why specifically, but I really was a big fan of Dario Srna. He was actually like a proper one on the pitch, like hard workhorse, right back, free kicks on point, corners on point, can play also left back and everything. Like he was a workhorse and he was a machine on the pitch, like proper defender with proper attitude on the pitch. For me personally, but that's just my opinion in those terms. Let's just gotta put it that way. Let's just put it this way. Where is it? Come on. Load. But yeah, where is it? Still 4-0 Belgium. 4-0 Belgium. De Bruyne has scored. De Bruyne is still balling out. Still balling out for Belgium, by the way. Alex Teixeira, William, Elano. Remember Elano? Eduardo. We just signed Eduardo, didn't we? We signed Eduardo from Shakhtar. Obviously, Fernandinho. Luis Adriano. What a guy. Jadson. Douglas Costa. Brandao. There are lots of ballers that Ukrainian teams have. 24 likes. Big up to you all. Shakhtar Donetsk is sort of an ambassador. And yes, he was loyal, hardworking, really professional. Yeah, I always respected Dario Srna for Croatia and for Ukraine. 100%. I'm actually considering adding Kevin to my FPL. I get it. Andrew, you remember this one? From Dynamo Kiev. Do you remember this guy? Probably do. He played also for Zagreb Dynamo. He played for Getafe and all on those teams. Like that's actually he's one of he's only Latvian who has scored against Real Madrid as well. That's the guy. That is my guy. Arguably the best striker we have ever produced, to some extent, I would argue. Obviously comes together with Artem Srudnios from Lech Poznan and Hamburger Sportverein afterwards. And where he I don't remember where he played. You don't? Damn. That's actually kind of nuts. That's actually kind of nuts. But yeah, I know about him only from videos, not live. Oh, I see. No worries. He was at Kiev Dynamo from 2003 till 2011. He was a lot of out on loans, especially starting from 2007, But overall, yeah. But yeah, still, it is what it is, to be honest. He's still one of the best players that have went abroad to play and has actually made something of his career. And right now, he's the sporting director manager for I remember RFS. Yeah, for RFS, he's the general director for RFS at the moment. Arguably the biggest team in Latvia, the local team. But yeah, he is one of those. Nothing happening in the internationals. Internationals are so boring. It's actually pissing me off. And the fact that Germany are losing 2-0 is really, really, really weird. I can't. Well, what has happened to Germany? What has happened to Germany? That for me is the big question. As a Porto fan as well, I had a conveyor belt of talented players, just strikers alone. Yeah, Jardel, Martinez, Taremi, Falcao, 100%. Porto has had some phenomenal strikers over time. And the recent one you could argue is Evan Nilsson as well. He plays for Bournemouth now. I'm not even a Dynamo fan, but it comes to European competitions, I'm the loyal supporter. I see. So who do you support in Ukraine? Which is your team? Because I know about 6-7 teams from Ukraine specifically, personally, because they're Dynamo Zagreb, not Dynamo, I don't know what I'm talking about. There is obviously Shakhtar, there is obviously Dynamo Kiev in those terms. But yeah, you always have I remember Roman Grigorchuk, who used to train Ventspils FK. He used to train what's its face. Literally cannot remember the name. Chernomorets, something like that. What's it called? The team in Ukraine, Chernomorets. Let me Google this. Yeah, Chernomorets. Obviously, Dnipro. After they got liquidated, they have a new team and everything. There are actually some decent teams. There are some decent teams in those terms. My team died 10 years ago. They revived 5 years ago, but start from scrap. Are you a Dnipro fan? Because that's the team that got liquidated and is now Dnipro 2, basically. Are you a Dnipropetrovsk? Oh, you're a Metalist fan. Damn. You are a Metalist fan. Damn. They used to have a very good team back in the day. Actually, very decent team. Poor ownership or what? What happened to them? Because they used to be very decent. They used to have Metalist Kharkiv. I remember that. Team, definitely. They used to have a very decent side, if you ask me. Not sure what happened to them, but yeah. Definitely not sure what happened there, but yeah. It's actually nuts. Anyways, people. I think I've been live for long enough for today. Gonna end today's stream. Gonna chill, relax. Gonna watch some TV and everything. Ownership and followed with manager. Manager even went to go Trent's international team. I see. But yeah, people, for today, I'm gonna be signing off. If you haven't already, do me the pleasure and like the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. Hope you had a great stay, and hopefully I'm going to see you very, 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 very soon tomorrow, and hopefully there will be some decent news for Arsenal. Maybe not. If not, we might do something unique on the channel. I don't know, not unique, but we might do some quizzes. We might look into some other leagues. We might look at something. I don't know. But yeah, for today, I'm going to be signing off. Peace.